Hey there, it's Nathalie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. So today, it's not going to be, this video is not sewing, painting, crafting, embroidery, decorating, none of that stuff that I get involved in. Anyway, my computer screen in my car, I've got a Chrysler 300, was messing up big time. And it was going to be so expensive to fix it. And my son and I are fixers. So we decided to tackle this with the help of a few other YouTube people. And I'll put the links in the description box below. So while you're here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If this helps you, like, subscribe, share me with your friends. To get started, my son just popped this out. There's a couple of clips in there, and we found out how to do this from Auto Connections, on another YouTuber. And these just pop out. There's a couple of clips on the side and on the top. And then he's going to disconnect the cable or the connector to the clock that's at the very top. That's that cord right there. He's going to disconnect that. And then get a little power screwdriver to take. There's 4 screws in the little computer itself. And so he's taking those out. Be sure you don't lose the screws. And the other thing that I'll tell you before you get there is, grab your phone and take a photograph of the cables or the connectors at the back of this little computer thing, this Uconnect. See that bubble in the top of the screen? That's the problem. That little thing right there is a problem. Anyway, photograph the connectors. We remembered where they went. He remembered where they went. But they just snap loose like an old-fashioned telephone jack. Just kind of put a little bit of pressure on one of the sides of the clips. And but just make a note of which ones. They're color coordinated, so it's really pretty easy. And then there's a big module, that's not it. This black one, that one has a little clip on the front side of it there, and he gets a little screwdriver and pops that release up, and then it'll just come right up. So there's a little screwdriver, pop that up, then slide that out. There you go. And so we'll just leave those hanging there, and we're going to go to the kitchen, and we are on a towel. You might want to put a towel and a trash bag because this gets pretty messy. He's using a little screwdriver, same little screwdriver. Pop up those little clips. It is plastic against metal, so make sure that you do this gently. That little yellow thing that was in there was just it was a support against one of the clips so that it wouldn't go back into place. So this is a little bracket that holds that digitizer in place, and the digitizer is the problem. And so there again, there's that bubble at the top, and it would call my son like 10 times in a row. No, I'm not in trouble, just ignore the calls. I would hit the buttons, and then it got to where none of the buttons would work. Only my, the radio would go random stations back and forth, or the air conditioner would go high and low and high and low. It was so frustrating. So there's a lot of gooey glue in between this digitizer and the little computer screen. These little yellow things are Bondo spreaders that I got at an auto parts store just from O'Reilly's. This is done real time, just showing you how to go easy. You don't want to break that screen at all. And then right here, there's a couple of little, there's a little wire, and then there's a little cable, and you don't want to hit that little cable while you're cleaning this and while you're separating. So just be careful, because that's kind of like, well, they're the connectors. Anyway, so we're just slowly releasing that glue, that, what do you call that? A thermal barrier is what that is. This is very messy. It took us an hour and a half, which I'm not going to show you a whole hour and a half, but an hour and a half to clean the stuff off of the screens. And we used isopropyl alcohol, 70%. You could probably use 90%. I didn't bring Citrusolve with me, but that might work. I don't know. But alcohol was what was recommended, and alcohol was what we used. Used a ton of paper towels and then microfiber towels, just getting all of that stuff off of there, being very careful with our connectors. Once we had it good and clean, I used paper towels to hold it so I could clean that front screen one more time. I used Gorilla double stick tape since we don't have that thermal barrier, to kind of put it into place and hold a little cushion. And I had already taken the sticky part off of there, but I just cut it in little strips to size. And then lining that all back up, and then he's fixing to put, and there's a piece of white on my finger. That's nothing important to the process. That's just a piece of paper towel stuck. So he's putting that little cover clip thing back on, just snapping it back into place, just gently so that it doesn't break those little connectors. We put it back in exactly the same way that we took it out. You know, put all those little connectors back in, put that big module in first, put all those little color-coded wires back in the way that they're supposed to go. And then he just, screwed that in and put the panels back up there. Now, it did not work. This was in the evening and it did not work. The screen would come on, but it was still kind of glitchy and it wouldn't, it just I only had the radio screen and the nav screen. I couldn't touch the buttons to make it rotate to like the controls or anything. But the next morning, I got up and when I went to the post office, I was like, and I touched this and touched that. And my phone screen works, but I'm not showing you my phone screen. Anyway, I was so excited that we got this done. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.